Rob, can you do me a favor and play the clip of President Trump talking about James Comey's post, which maybe first show the post, what it is, and then let's go to it. So James Comey, the former director of FBI, good friends with the Clintons, okay?
Very good.
Gets out there and posts this on his Instagram account. He's at the beach, 8647. He posts it, and he says, cool shell formation on my beach walk. Then he takes it down. Then he apologizes. Then he says, I knew there was something with it. I am not for violence. I am not for anything having to do with violence. I would never do such a thing. Rob, if you just go to my tweet on the bottom of it, I added his additional explanation to it. And he says, you know, this is not me. I'm not a person that wants to see anything bad happening to anyone. It should come up right at the bottom right there. Beautiful. If you click on the bottom one in the comment section, I added it. Here's what he says. I posted an earlier picture of some shells on the beach walk, which I assume were political message. I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. I didn't. The former director of FBI says, I didn't realize someone associated those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. Great. President Trump hears about this. And by the way, even Comey reacted to this. There's a clip of him reacted. I think he reacted to it first time yesterday. But first, play what President Trump had to say, and then we'll go to Comey's. Go for it.
He knew exactly what that meant. A child knows what that meant. If you're the FBI director and you don't know what that meant assassination. And it says it loud and clear. Now, he wasn't very competent, but he was competent enough to know what that meant. And he did it for a reason, and he was hit so hard. Because people like me, and they like what's happening with our country. Our country's become respected again, and all this. And he's calling for the assassination of the president.
Obviously, he apologized and said he doesn't.
Well, he
wasn't
apologized because he was
violence. But
look, he's a very bad.
What do you want to see happen?
What
do you want to see happen?
I don't want to take a position on it because that's going to be up to Pam and all of the great people. But I will say this: I think it's a terrible thing, and when you add his history to that. If he had a clean history, he doesn't. He's a dirty cop. He's a dirty cop. And if he had a clean history, I could understand if there was a leniency. But I'm going to let them make that decision.
There you go. So he plays this clip, right? He says this when he's talking to Bret Baier. Rob, then he reacts, Comey's clip of reacting when he's being interviewed. And it's just, you know, I didn't mean anything by it. Look at the way he answers this. Go for it.
In the middle of a political firestorm.
Yeah, for walking on the beach with my wife. So I don't know how we ended up here. It never occurred to me that it was any kind of controversial thing, but that's the time we live in.
So take me back to the walk on the beach.
It's the time we live in.
We were walking on the beach. We went to the beach to prepare for this week, which was the launch of my book, and to think about the book and to prepare to answer questions about it. And we were walking back towards the road, and we saw in the sand someone had arranged shells with numbers. And Patrice, my wife, said, why would someone put an address in the sand? And I said, I don't know. And we stood over it, and I said, you know, I think it's some kind of like political message. And she said, you know, 86, when I was a server, she did a lot of work in restaurants, meant to remove an item from the menu when you ran out of ingredients. And I said, well, to me, as a kid, it always meant to leave a place, to ditch a place. I said, that's really clever. So then she said, you should take a picture of that. And I did. And I posted it on my Instagram account and thought nothing more of it until I heard through her that people were saying it was some sort of call for assassination, which is crazy.
You can pause this at this point. So my question, Vinny, is for you. Who actually believes this?
Every single person.
Do you really think every single person on the left believes this?
99.5% are like,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, why would, even if they, I'm telling you, the majority of them are like, by the way, they hate for Trump is so much. And here's the thing. Does he really think us, the regular, average, sane thinking person, thinks that the ex-director of the FBI just so happens to be walking, looks down, and sees 86, the president of 47? That's random. By the way, he is a lawyer, FBI director, top secret, all the clearances, all the everything. He's a professional BS artist, okay? Lying through his teeth, and he thinks that was going to make people go, whoa, look at this guy. And then we're going to go read his book, which is the third installment of some stupid whatever, murder mystery. I don't know what the hell. It's weird. It's probably about murder and mystery.
But this is my question. This
Yeah.
is my question. And Tom, Adam, I'm going to come to you guys as well. Here's a question. Do you think this is about they don't know, or do you think they know and they're glad he's doing it? Because those are two different camps. Maybe there's a camp that's like, dude, I'm kind of with it. Yeah, that's I know exactly what he means. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Me too. I agree. Da 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 da. Or is it more? Oh, I never knew what 8647 meant. Tom, where are you at with this?
I think James Comey is carefully crafted a phrase, and he's absolutely lying. He said, I saw some shells. Yeah, you saw some shells, but did you put them in there? Did you do that? I think he did it. I think he arranged them and he took a picture with it. I think he did it. He was taking a walk with his wife and he did that. He said, I saw some shells, because he doesn't say he didn't do it. He says, I saw some shells. So I think he's full of it. His excuse is full of it. And it's just like, look, when you're in that position, you cannot leave and do like this. This is so below the belt. This is so below.
Adam, where are you at?
Beyond the pale.
So I just posted a question here on ChatGPT I'm going to go to, but I want to hear what Adam has to say.
This whole conversation of 8647, James Comey talking about Trump allegedly, he's either foolish, naive, or the most brilliant marketer right before a book launch.
How's his book
So
doing
correct
that?
me if I'm wrong. He has a book that is launching this week.
Yeah.
And he's the former FBI director.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me that you don't know what 8647 means? Listen, I live in Miami. There's beaches everywhere. I've walked on beaches my whole life. I've never seen an 8647 in seashells on the beach. So it can mean a couple different things. If you work in the restaurant, 86 the guac, we're out of guac. All right, there's no more guacamole. Okay, cool. You know, I've worked in bars before. I've been to bars before. Hey, we got an 86 customer over there. He's drunk. Let's get him out of here. Or in the military world, we're going to have to 86 Osama bin Laden, who's Osama bin Laden. All right, that means to eliminate. He's not an idiot. He's not a fool. This is in my opinion, a marketing endeavor for him to basically promote his book. By the way, this is the same James Comey who tried to hide behind a big blue curtain, being 6'8" when Trump's first week in the White House in 2016. Do you remember that clip? Rob, you have that clip?
I don't even
It's
know.
this hit this
Yeah,
one.
play this right here. This is Trump's first week in office. Hey, James Comey, come on over here. He's hiding in a curtain. 6'8". Walks over to Trump. We can see you, buddy. I think he was fired.
Huge he
right?
is.
He's humongous. Trying to hide in a curtain.
I didn't know he was
So
that
that's
tall.
FBI tactics right there.
But can I say-
think he knew exactly what
Can I
he was
say
doing.
one thing though? But it's not as if Trump wasn't shot in the head already. It's not like a month later or two, or however long, another guy was in the bushes trying to kill him. Okay, and this is what, guys. Let's not pretend. This is the left. This is how they do. They celebrate. When Trump was shot, what were they doing? They were dancing. They were celebrating. Kill him. How many clips of people on TikTok and everything hoping and getting, some of them got canceled. The guy from Tenacious D calling for the president to be shot. That's the left. Which party holds severed head of the president with blood on his face? Which comedian? Kathy Griffin? That's the left. It's not us. It's him. And now, I know we're going to get there. The president's sick. No, we're like, oh my God, the president's sick. We're praying for him. That's not what this party does. He's not stupid. He knows exactly what he was
So let
doing.
me tell you what I just did. Rob, can you do me a favor? Go to ChatGPT, which is ran by Sam Altman, OpenAI. Him and Elon are not necessarily best of friends. And type in the following thing here. I said, if one day I'm thinking about being the director of the FBI, can you give me an idea of what my day-to-day looks like? What things do I work on? Okay? ChatGPT is going to be like, this guy wants to be the director of FBI one day. Okay? So, Rob, both you and I are two candidates right now. They're sizing up to see if we're going to be directors of FBI. Here's what it says. And then I got a follow-up question, which is very interesting. Okay? It says your day-to-day starts off with morning intelligence briefings, your daily threat overview. You'll start your day off with top secret briefings, one national security threats, domestic and international terrorism. Hello, domestic threat. That's a domestic threat that just happened right now. Espionage, cyber attacks, organized crime, situation updates, updates on high-profile investigations, ongoing counterintelligence operations, coordination with other agents like CIA and SADHS, crisis management. If there's an active shooter, terrorist plot, a major cyber breach, or national emergency, you're the front and center in the response. You are the front and center. You may be on secure calls with the president, attorney general, national security, Oversight. FBI has over 35,000 employees. You'll run that. Congressional and public accountability. Boom. Okay, great. Political pressures and independence. The FBI is supposed to be independent, but in reality, you'll constantly navigate political minefields from both sides. Every investigation involving politicians, civil rights. Okay, great. High-level meetings. You'll regularly have these meetings. Great. 7, personnel and policy decisions. You'll sign off on major. Okay, great. Got it. FISA warrants. You'll also need crisis management, stay calm, legal and constitutional expertise, political savvy and thick skin, executive level leadership, top secret clearance. No problem. Here's my follow-up question. You ready? Mm-hmm. My follow-up question was, should the director of the FBI know what 86 stands for? Watch what ChatGPT says. What FBI know what 86 stands for? Let's see if it's going to be the same answer that he gives me as it gives you. Yes, absolutely. The director of the FBI should absolutely know what 86 stands for. Slang's definition. 86 means to cancel or reject, to get rid or eliminate, okay? Law enforcement, intelligence means it can carry a more serious or lethal connotation. Target was 86, neutralized. FBI context, it continues saying, code of language, street slang. The FBI director oversees not only operations but interagencies. So you know exactly what 86 stands for.
Look at this. It even validates it. So yes, green check mark.
But
I don't think I've ever seen a green check mark on ChatGPT.
This is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you do, that you lose credibility. I think Democrats know it. Look, there's Democrats that know it and support it. Okay.
Meaning what?
Meaning yes, take them out.
Yeah, of course.
There's Democrats.
What percentage do you think of actual Democrats, Trump-hating Democrats?
Not as big as you think. It's not as big as you think.
I think it is.
I'm telling you, it's not as big as you think.
Well, Benny, how big do you think it is?
I personally think, and I'm pretty sure Rob and the majority of Democrats, if Donald Trump was shot and killed today.
No, that's not the question.
What? Assassinated.
What percentage of Democrats would want Trump to be 86th?
More than 50%.
No, I don't agree.
Oh,
I don't agree with
I
that.
disagree. I think it's high.
Okay, but by the way,
where are you at?
I'm low. You know why? If there was a loss of Trump right now, death, assassination, whatever, God forbid any of it, guess who's president?
J.D. Vance.
That's not what they want, because
not.
now he's good. They don't want that.
I don't think they're thinking that far in advance.
It's it would be a galvanizing point on the conservative side at a point where we've had some economic uncertainty, a little bit of bounce back. We're still waiting for a permanent solution on China. But I don't think
way,
Democratic strategists want
Who's
Trump
the last Republican president that got assassinated?
They got assassinated.
JFK.
No, Republican.
Republican.
JFK would have been Republican. He would have been Republican today.
Well, Reagan was an assassination attempt.
Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
And when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, who was president afterwards? Ulysses S. Grant. Who was Ulysses S. Grant?
He was
his vice president.
He
was his vice president.
Well, first, it was a short term with Andrew Johnson,
and not only that,
completely incompetent.
I don't look at Democrats as evil. I literally think people are born left brain, right brain, and many of the creative right brains will lean left, and many of the left brain, logical, analytical, numbers, data will eventually lean right. I think a part of it is your upbringing. I think a part of it is your ethnicity, what's been fed to you, affirmations, all this stuff. There's so much power in propaganda. There is so much power in propaganda. Some of it is good, some of it is bad. There's so much power in it. I don't think that's the case. I think this is something where the group of people that didn't know what 8647 means is less than 5%. 95% knows exactly what 8647 means. Mm-hmm. And the 5% that doesn't know what it means probably wasn't born in America, okay? They were born somewhere else, okay? So they're like, yeah, 86 was a road I used to drive back in, Mexico or Iran or whatever. I used to drive on the 86 freeway. They look at it in a different way. But for the director of FBI to say this, I certainly hope they investigate a little bit more. And the reason why this is a little bit weird, Rob, because what are the president's tweets the next 3 days? First, he goes after Comey. Then he goes after Hillary Clinton and posts this video, this cryptic video on his Truth Social. This one right here. Play the clip. Watch this one here.
John F. Kennedy Jr. He was declared the front runner for the New York Senate seat back in 1999. Days later, his plane crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, and his rival, Hillary Clinton was elected senator.
Okay.
Mary Mahoney was a Clinton
You
White
can
House
pause it right
intern.
there, Rob. So he posts this. So watch this. Comey, sequencing. Then goes after Hillary, sequencing. Right after Hillary, he goes after who? Kamala. He posts about Kamala, investigating what's going on with Beyonce. I want to find out why you were scamming people to pay them to get their vote. So that is scamming ways of getting someone's vote. So Kamala. Then after Kamala, you go to who? He goes after who after Kamala, Rob? So he goes after, so you got, who do we have first? He goes after Comey first, then Hillary, then Kamala, and then Obama. So you go in this sequencing of events, back to back to back. This is the tweet, right? According to Newsport, Beyonce was paid $11 million to walk on stage, endorse Kamala, and walk off loudly. Remember, the Democrats and Kamala illegally paid millions of dollars like this illegal elections campaign. Bruce Springsteen, Oprah, Bono, and perhaps many others have a lot of explaining to do. So then the next person he goes after is Obama. Do you have the Obama one, Rob?
I can find it.
Yeah. Then he goes after Obama. What's he saying? What's he saying? What's he doing? What's he getting ahead of? What's he trying to say? Maybe he knows something. Maybe he got some intel. Maybe he's playing such offense, all roads lead to Obama. Retruth if you want, public military tribunal. All truths lead to Obama. We got a special merch drop today with these 4 states. If you want to play this clip, we have officially 4 hats, each representing Florida, California, Texas, and New York. What's wild about these 4 states is I lived in California for 24 years, longest I ever lived in a state. I lived in Texas for 5 years. I've been in Florida for 4 years. And we own the minority owners of New York Yankees. So there is something going on with each of these 4 states. And it happens to be the top 4 states that we have here. These hats will go like this, okay? Because they're limited. We don't have a big supply of them. But the Florida one is going to sell out in minutes like it always does. Why? Because it is numbered 1 out of 250. And when you order those, they come in this box, the Valuetainment Future Looks Bright box with the hat inside of it. Florida's is going to have the red back lid, which is not lid. What do you call this thing here,
That's
Vinny?
their flag.
What do you call this, Vinny? Here, this is
snapback.
The snapback. And then you have Florida's flag here with Florida's map on the side. And then you got same thing with Texas, with New York, with California. So here's what we're going to be doing. 2 things. You got the shirt, sweaters, and the hats. Limited supply. Anybody that places the order, the first 100 are going to get a Future Looks Bright keychain, or you see the keychain right there. Whether you order 1 hat, 2 hats, or whatever you order, you're going to get those right there. However, I want to show you something crazy I sent to Chris this morning. Rob, go to eBay. Go to eBay if you can, and type in Future Looks Bright. This is absolutely wild. So if you go to eBay, Vinny, have you seen this lately? Future Looks Bright. Look what's there.
$400.
These numbered hats end up, but watch this, $800 for one of them. Keep going. Okay, keep going. $249.
Last one. That means you already sold one.
Listen to this. Let it go lower. Watch what happens here with the rest of them. Okay, keep going. It's becoming a marketplace on eBay on some of these guys. Some of them, the super fans buy, they wear it. I absolutely love it. You're going to see me on Jesse Waters tonight.
$10,000? Are you serious?
But I mean, that's how numbered stuff goes. He's got the 1 out of 250, though. So if you go lower, tonight when I'm on Jesse, by the way, even that backpack, we sold them. It's $2,028 for a numbered backpack. There was only 100 of them. We did limited. The red ones. We'll never do it again. The other one was the Future Looks Bright, the white and the gold, $3,000. Anyways, gang, if you believe the future looks bright, we want 1 million people wearing this gear, sporting it all over the place with the Valuetainment brand. Go to vtmerch.com, place the order. And those of you guys that are in the PBD Podcast Circle, you were told about this before anybody else, as well as the PBD Entrepreneur Circle. If you join the circle, you get these merch drops before anybody else. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.